Here. Declare quorum. First item to discuss, it's going to be a short discussion. We only have one resume received by Cook Constable Precinct 2. Kevin, since you're the only person, you might come up and see if any of the commissioners have any questions for you, please.
Appears to be working.
It's on. Rather than responding to questions, would you just give a summary? Because there may be people watching on Zoom. Some of the people in the audience are very familiar with your qualifications, but it might be nice just for the public.
Okay, well, I'll do my best to keep it short.
Yeah, please keep it short. I've looked through your resume and
Well, I've been with Aransas County with the Sheriff's Office for over 20 years. I've held every position save jailer, chief deputy, or sheriff at one point or another. I was one of the first mental health peace officers in the Coastal Bend region, created the flow chart that the Coastal Bend MHMR uses to this day for segueing a consumer to the right, to the appropriate action. I'm looking forward to serving as constable, continuing my service to Aransas County. I hold a master peace officer certification, approximately 12 or 16 instructor certifications. I'm an adjunct instructor for the Alert Training Center in San Marcos, which is the Department of Justice national standard for active shooter response. I teach Stop the Bleed, both to county employees, schools, just about anybody that asks. Actually, we've got one for the citizens of Lamar on January 18th at the Lamar Fire Department. Worked with DEA task force on clandestine labs, got sent to Quantico, or got selected and sent to Quantico to attend additional training there. I've been really blessed with the opportunities that I've received, and I'm just looking forward to continuing to serve the citizens of Aransas County.
Thank you.
How did you find out about the position, and why are you interested in changing to it?
I found out, well, Charlie's a friend of mine, and he knew that there was going to be a time to hang up his spurs. And at that time, I had just recently moved to Lamar and said, this is something I want to do. This is something that I want to do in the longer term. I figure I got at least another 15 years of service left in me before I'm too slow to do it. In fact, I signed up for the new constable's course, paying out of my own pocket well over a year ago. And it was just COVID canceled the first class. The great ice storm of February canceled the second class, and I'm already enrolled and ready for the March 22 course. I'm sorry, not March, May 22 course, because that's the next available opening.
So will you stay on with the Sheriff's Department?
In the short term, yes.
And how will you handle the conflict between the two, or any competition for your time between the two?
The sheriff has been gracious enough to say that he will allow me to adapt my hours to meet both jobs. And I would say that he did a good job of it for well over a decade, serving as a full-time manager for a company and acting as the full-time constable.
My concern, and it's not with your qualifications, because I certainly have worked with you as human resource director, and I've gone to your training sessions most recently as commissioner. And I know you are very highly qualified, and I'm excited that you're interested in this position. It is to have two positions at the same time, one which is an hourly, albeit the sheriff's deputies are paid slightly different from regular hourly employees, but also then to be in a salaried position. So I was excited when I found out you were interested in the constable position. But when you and I talked after the last meeting, and I asked about staying on or leaving the sheriff's deputy position, and you indicated you intended to do both, that's when I had a concern because of tracking of hours. And I did visit with our assistant county attorney, and she has assured me, and I've read through the attorney general opinions to see that it can be done. It just seems that it would not be the best practice to have one person in an hourly position under an elected official while that person is also serving as a separate elected official in their own right.
I understand your concerns, Commissioner Russo, but Charlie was doing the same thing. He was holding a part-time position at a dual commission with the sheriff's office while he was serving as the elected constable.
What was his second position? Was he bailiff?
Yes, it was bailiff and courtroom security.
And this is not the only time that it's been a person has been an elected official and a salaried employee. I think there's a chief of police that's also a constable in North Texas somewhere. And then at another location that there's a deputy that's also a constable. So we're not setting any precedents here if we do this.
When you said that for the short term, if you're appointed today, you intend to serve in a dual capacity, but if you're elected into that, you haven't made that decision yet, or what will influence a change?
What would influence the change is having the opportunity to serve in both capacities and determining whether I can serve both of them successfully. If I feel that there is that one or the other is not receiving my full attention, then I will start reducing my position at the sheriff's office. But understand that doing that, we're probably looking at between 3 and 6 months to train a replacement that I would need to train a replacement to assume my position.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Well, I entertain a motion that we appoint Gavin as a constable effective immediately.
I would so move to do that.
Motion made and seconded.
I'll second that.
Second. Roll call.
Commissioner Castleline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Lava,
Aye.
Judge Mills.
Aye. Unanimous. Congratulations.
Looks like you
I
have it.
guess, Maybe.
Thank you very much.
Here's my oath.
Yeah, we're gonna swear you in. I guess we
I've
can
been
do that
sworn
right
at
now.
before.
Pardon?
I've been sworn at before.
Yeah, I have too. Yeah. Okay, do we want to do that while we're still in session? All right, do we have oath somewhere? Do we want to do it now or later? Talk to me, attorneys.
Anybody got the oath?
We will need to do that at a later time.
Okay. All right, Gavin, congratulations again, and we'll get you sworn in as soon as possible and go from there.
Thank
Do
you
I have a
very
motion
much.
to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion made.
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Unanimous.
Aye.
Thank you. All right.
Somebody else did, I think, Bubba.
I think it was Bubba.
Yeah.